Hi there, this is Jenny Walker from DigiGoods and Printables ELA. Welcome to Argumentative Essay Writing, segment number 1. If you have found this video from my YouTube channel, you can link to the Argumentative Essay workshop in the description. Here's what you need to know. This workshop lets you build each element and every paragraph before putting it all together in your full essay form. Thesis statement is king. It's the thesis statement that tells your audience exactly what you're claiming and how you plan to defend your claim. So this workshop teaches you specifically how to center your entire essay around your thesis statement. In the first section, you'll choose your topic and find evidence to support it, and then you'll write your thesis statement. You might be asking yourself, why would I gather evidence for the body paragraphs before I write my introductory paragraph? Well, the answer is simple. You want to make sure that your topic has enough sound evidence out there to have a good paper. It happens all the time that students will begin writing a paper and they'll write their hook and their background information and even their thesis statement, and then when they go to write the rest of the paper, they discover there's not enough evidence to support what they're saying, so they have to start over. We don't want that to happen to you, so we're going to gather your evidence first. I like to kick this whole workshop off by watching this great short film called Glued. It's a funny film about a little boy who's addicted to video games. So you can enjoy that too. And then for the fun part, you get to pick your topics. You might choose a topic such as any of these, or you might have an idea of your own topic, and that's fine too. Before you begin this writing process, it's a really good idea to find out how much you know about the elements in an essay. So in this little activity, you can look at the essay that I've already written and see how many of these elements you can identify. Of course, you probably won't know all of them, but that's okay. Just doing this activity helps you start to put together and realize what should be in an argumentative essay. So what you'll do is drag the transparent boxes over top of the of the essay, and just cover the parts that are covered. So for instance, to find the hook, where do you think the hook is? I'm going to give you this one. I'm going to give this one away. The hook in this case is this line right here. Everything in moderation. So you can highlight it and still see it. When you are putting the rest of your boxes onto the essay, you can stretch them out and make them fit however they need to fit. And you might miss a couple of words on the beginning and end. That's okay, as long as you're covering most of that element. So take a few minutes, go through my essay that I wrote, and see how many of the pieces and elements you can identify. This essay has 8 pages, but they're very small pages, so it's really not that long. It just kind of looks like it. And once you've completed this step, you've watched a video, a fun video, you have identified the elements of an essay, you're ready to start on your own essay. So the next step will be to choose your topic. As said before, you can pick a topic from my suggested topics, or you might find a topic all of your own. And after you've chosen your topic, you're going to research and find 2 or 3 of the strongest reasons that support your claim. If you can't find adequate support for your topic, consider changing your topic now before you go any further. If your teacher instructs you to write a 2-pronged thesis statement, you only need to find 2 reasons. So go use your teacher's judgment on that. Next, make sure to watch this great video on topic, claim, and reason. You'll get lots of good information here, and you will enjoy this video as well. So here's an overview of what this paragraph is going to look like. It's pre-writing. We're going to gather our evidence in this section, and then we're going to write our thesis statement. Let's take a look at evidence, types of evidence. There are three main types of evidence that you're going to be looking for. One is a fact. That's just something that has been proven. Here's an example. According to the official government website on bullying, most kids are bullied in middle school, and some effects may last well into adulthood or forever. Next kind of evidence is a statistic. This is a fact that is represented by numbers. It could be like 30% of something or 3/5. Here's an example. The CDC reports smoking causes 480,000 deaths per year in the United States. Notice that these pieces of evidence are enclosed in quotation marks. That is because they are direct quotes. When you're writing evidence word for word that somebody else has written, you have to put them in quotation marks to show that these are somebody else's words. And then you have to give credit to the person who wrote them. Unless you're paraphrasing. To paraphrase means you are putting things in your own words. In this case, you wouldn't need to use quotation marks, but you still need to give credit to the original writer. Here's an example. According to Dr. Norton from the American Society of Pediatrics, children who are exposed to lead paint suffer from slower brain functioning. Notice this is also in quotes because these are the exact words from Dr. Norton. So there you have it. That's three types of evidence that you're going to be looking for and that you can use in your paper. So on this interactive slide, you want to take each of your reasons. This is reason number 1. The next slide is for reason number 2. And the next slide is for reason number 3. So starting with reason number 1 that you found, this is going to be part of your thesis statement, and therefore it's going to be part of your body paragraph. You need to find evidence to support this reason. You can gather up to 3 pieces of evidence or even more, and you may not use it all, but it's good to get as much evidence as you can, and then you can decide later which is the strongest evidence that you want to use in your paper. And what type of evidence is it? Is it a fact, a quote, or a statistic? You can just make a note. Do this for each piece of evidence. This is the hard work, but this will set you up to have a very easy time writing the rest of your paper because you're doing all the searching and researching right now. Finally, for this section, you're going to want to keep track of all of your evidence. Trust me on this. You have to give credit to the author at the end of the essay. The last thing you want to do is have to dig through the internet to find all of the evidence that you had gathered and try to remember where you found it. That can take a very long time and is frustrating. It's so much easier that when you gather a piece of evidence, just paste the URL right here. Then you can get back to it very easily, and it'll be so much easier at the end of your paper. So that concludes this section, the first section of argumentative essay writing. Stay tuned for more videos to come. You'll find them within this workshop at the beginning of each section. You'll get to see a video just like this that helps you work your way through the whole process. Teachers, here's a side note. This is a literary element workshop that I've created that you can find on TPT. I like to kick this lesson off with this. I like to do this workshop because it's so adorable and the kids love it so much. And it really just sets the tone for writing argumentative essays about video games. And it lets me get a lot of those reading standards in, like plot and setting and developing all of those pieces, and kids just happen to love it. Make sure to follow me on Teachers Pay Teachers to get freebies, and I always mark my resources off 50% off for the first day that I upload them, so you definitely don't want to miss those alerts. Also, find me on Facebook. This is where me and several other educators discuss all things digital learning. You can find all of these links in the description. We'll see you in the next segment.